Hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. Whoops. Hope you can hear me okay. I am here with Cora. I've decided to work on some uh, crochet because Cora gets upset when I talk. And if she's fascinated by crochet, she won't have time to be upset. Uh, Anyways, and you can hear her yelling and carrying on if she's mad. She lets it known when she gets angry. So Cora's my cat, by the way, not a human being. Although there are human beings that feel that way too about when I talk. Anyway, so let's talk today about spirit guides. I wanted to first um, go over a little bit about the difference between spirit guides, your intuition, and your ego. So when we get a message from spirit versus when we get uh, something from our intuition versus when it's our ego, when our ego is just kind of chiming in. The first clue is your ego is always wrong, or at least 99.999% of the time it's wrong. So when you get a little nudge and you're wrong, it means that it wasn't your intuition and it wasn't your spirit guide. It was your ego pretending, playing along. The ego loves to pretend to be uh, to pretend to be, the all wise, all knowing sense that we have from spirit guides or from our intuition. But the ego's just guessing. And usually the guesses are quite loud. So, if you have that insistent voice, that insisting, demanding, needing attention, very loud voice in your mind saying, do this, do that, you better, blah, blah, blah. That is not your spirit guide and that is not your intuition, most likely. It is your ego. There are cases where an insistent voice like that um, can be spirit, but it's not your spirit guide. It can be a negative entity that's trying to boss you around. So, your spirit guide never tells you what to do, and your intuition is always soft. It has a very soft energy. Now, your intuition can tell you what to do. Can tell you don't go there, don't do that, don't trust them, blah blah blah. Can be very much about um, warning you and giving you feelings that something isn't right. That's your intuition. Your spirit guides guide you. So it's always guidance, advice, inspiration. So you can tell by, um, you can discern whether it's the ego, spirit guide, or intuition based on the type of message that you get and the feeling that you get from the message. Um, That's one way to tell. And the message, like I said, the ego is very demanding. It has an urgency behind it sometimes. It has a you better do, you must do, that kind of feeling. Those feelings are fear-based. And hey, Stephanie and Tamika, yay. I'm doing a little lecture right now. I'll get to your questions in just a minute. I want to finish my thought and then we'll get to it. You guys kind of know this already. But so the ego is very demanding and will have an urgency, almost like, when you're watching uh, when you're watching like an infomercial or something, buy now, it's only going to last like that. That's the kind of urgency that your ego will have. And that feeling of urgency is actually fear based. It's like, if I don't do it now, bad things will happen. So that's the energy behind the ego. The ego wants to try to control the topic, gain your attention, and keep you um, busy with drama so that you don't listen to the softer voices, the softer energy, the kindness, the loving energy of your spirit guide, or that doesn't um, want you to listen to that intuition, your inner knowing, your wisdom, the wisdom that you came into this world with. And so the difference between intuition and your spirit guide is that they will feel the same. They have the same energy. They're soft, they're gentle, they're loving. But your spirit guide is going to be more advice based. The spirit guide will never tell you what to do. The spirit guide will always advise you or answer questions, support you, and inspire you because they want you to live your best life, right? They don't want you to do the right thing. They're not interested in whether or not you're a terrible person or anything like that. It's pure unconditional love. That means they don't judge you. Your ego is always judging you, by the way. That's the other thing. Um, then your intuition is always a predictor or it gives a lot of warnings. So your intuition can look into the future and tell you about the future. Spirit guides do that somewhat, but they're not as interested in sorry, Cora's walking by. They're not as interested in the energy of predicting. They want to empower you to live the life that you want to live and not force you to do anything you don't want to do or anything like that. So, spiritual people generally don't have a rule book, and the only rule book that is really beneficial to follow is the rule book of spirit. Okay, let's get to our questions. Any questions about that? Um, So, Stephanie, let me ask the guides. So, when I ask the guides, I want to also put in the intention. So, the intention is that what I receive serves your highest good and helps you on your path to your highest potential. Now, if you kind of analyze that intention a little bit, it is all about serving the desires of the soul and the spirit and getting things in alignment with what you want in the world. Okay, so that's the flashing is actually Cora's tail. She's um okay. So getting yourself in alignment. So the next steps, this is a great question for spirit to always ask your next steps for what you want. So, one of the things that is important is to always know what you want or at least have an idea. So, you can also set intention like, what will bring me happiness? What will support me being in a relationship? What will support me having abundance and stuff like that? So, when you work with your guides, you can always ask them for help in any way. You don't have to have a connection. You don't have to have a communication with them in order to get help from your spirit guides. They're there. They know what you want. They know what you need. But the only way they can help you is if you ask for their help. Okay. Sorry. I'm don't mean to go off on tangents, but I'm a teacher at heart. So I want to teach how it works so that you can also um, work with it. Okay. One of the things they're showing me, Stephanie, so when I ask the guides, what does Stephanie need to know to find her next job? But I just want to tweak it a little bit to find the next job that you will love, um, or to find the next job that you will um, make more money at, or something like that. So, which way Thank you, Tamika. So, which one would work best for your intention? Are you looking for money? Are you looking for love? Are you looking for the both of them? Are you looking for um, convenience? Are you working for a non-stressful job? Sort of if you narrow it down, you're more likely to get what you're really asking for. And so we're going to first of all ask the guides to help you get the job that supports your well-being. And then we're going to the job that supports your well-being and the job that will bring abundance and a job that is uh, that you will love. So we're going to put those little caveats in there. So we're not just looking for the next job. We're looking for the next job to come quickly and easily, like tomorrow. And we're also looking for it to be one that you will love. I hope that helps. Money and not part-time. Okay. So you want a full-time, good money job. Okay, good. They can help you with that. They're said that that's already lined up for you. So I'm asking them what you need to do to get it. It's already there in the ethers. They've already been, you have such really great guides here. Um, they've already been at it. So I'm just getting you playing, you having fun. Like, they are showing me that there's a posting online that you'll see. Um, it's going to have what you want. Excuse me. It's going to ask for um, the qualifications you already have. You will have to switch up your resume a little bit. Yeah. Um, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to like pad your not pad, but add things to your resume that you didn't add before. So look for something that maybe you haven't yet um, thought about. Um, something that feels a little bit out of your league. Stretch it. So the next thing you need to do is just, first of all, take the weekend off and have a great time. Do something that doesn't think about jobs at all. Um, whatever you need to do, just distract your energy from that focus. Because sometimes when we're focused on something so much, it actually keeps it from coming to us. And I had a great teacher who said, think about like when we ask for something from spirit, like you're asking for a job. In asking this question, you're asking for a job from spirit to help you with it. So think of it like that, like, spirit, I need a job. Help me get a job. And then, excuse me, when we ask over, so then we let it go and spirit will, the universe will align and shift things and make things happen. But when we get overly anxious about it or overly worried about it, it's not coming in time, we've been waiting, things are not happening as we think they should happen, then every time we worry about it, every time we have anxiety about it, we're taking it out of spirit's hands and saying we're not trusting them with it. And so this kind of, it's almost like a tug of war, like, no, it's I'm going to have to do it. You're not doing it fast enough. I have to do it. And so it becomes like a tug of war. My friend said it's like opening, uh, putting the bread in the oven and then opening the oven over and over again to see if it's done yet. You're just letting all the energy out and and it's taking 10 times as long. It's sort of like when you're driving somewhere and the kid's asking, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? It seems like it's taking forever because the kid keeps saying, are we there yet? So, in other words, when you're asking spirit for help on something, or you're asking spirit about a job, you're going to say, this is up to you. I'm just waiting for the nudge. I'm waiting for the direction, and I'm waiting for that. Sometimes the very best thing you can do is stop thinking about it at least for a little while. Because if you can do it for a day or 2 days, the weekend, then it gives them time to work on the energy and arrange everything to happen in a great timing for you and to open up the energy. So when I was brand new to this business, doing my own work, I would fuss all the time about getting clients. I would be really focused on it and even a little obsessive. And I would pray and ask Spirit for help, help me get clients for my psychic business. And I would ask them, what do I need to do today to get more clients? And this was the biggest lesson. So when I said, what do I need to do today to get more clients? I only have $20 left. I have this bill coming up, blah, blah, blah. And they'd say, go to the movies. I'm like, I only have $20. That's not really the responsible thing to do with $20 when you have no money and no clients coming in. But I agreed to follow along. So I followed along. I went to the movies. And by the time I got out of the movie, there were 3 messages on my phone for clients. So that just tells you the power of letting go, letting spirit handle it, forget about everything for a little while. They're working on it. But if you keep asking over and over again, when it's coming or what's going on, then you're pulling it back. You're opening the oven door and you know, it's not going to manifest. So that's how the manifestation works with spirit. I know the law of attraction is different. And the law of attraction is working on totally different principles. But when you're working with spirit, you really have to hand it over to them and go play. And so they're asking you for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, go play or at least take a break from thinking about what you're going to do about work. And in that time, they can work their magic. Like it took them 2 hours to send me clients when I had been fussing over it for days. So um, that's how it works. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope that works. So also they're saying after Monday, after Sunday, on Monday, you can start looking for jobs and put in your full-time criteria and putting, your money a window, what you need for money. Cora. Um, I know. I'm sorry. I stopped crocheting. I was getting a little excited. So, uh, so they're saying that some things will pop up. There's going to be 3 things that you're going to be able to apply for and feel confident with. Yes. Oh, Tamika, that's right. When I play, everything goes my way. That's it. So do that thing that makes you totally forget all your troubles. And for me, it was a movie. When I get engrossed in a movie, I'm not thinking about my troubles. Okay. Um, so they're saying 3 jobs will pop up. Just, bump up your resume a little bit to highlight the things that they're looking for, and you will be pretty pleased. Monday, Tuesday, do the resume and the applying, and then the rest of the week, go play again. Okay? That's your steps. That's pretty detailed. They're not usually that detailed, especially in a live chat like this. Thank you. Thank you for your question, Stephanie. You're amazing. And thanks for seeing me on Facebook, which was a disaster. But I don't think I'm doing lives on Facebook anymore. I'm just going to do lives on uh, YouTube because it's far more fun and easy. Okay. So now then, let's do Tamika. Da, 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 da. Question for Ariel. The husband wants to visit his dad. Oh, the son. Hmm. Ugh. Oh, yeah. I remember this. Oh, this is not difficult. Um, Tamika, I think it's a great question about protecting. Now, I do want to go on a little bit of a tangent, if it's okay with everybody, because I do want to talk about dark magic and spells and stuff like that, just a little bit, protecting yourself from it. Um, when you protect yourself from others, from people who you know are into the bad juju, it's not that difficult to protect yourself. The best way, first, I'm just going to talk about protecting yourself, and then Tamika will talk about protecting others. The best way is to just ask Archangel Michael, who is the protector, who is the, he does all the things. So when I do a house clearing, when I do anything like that, I am asking Archangel Michael for help and protection. And he is a lovely being with a great big sword. And, he has the energy to clear a space. He has the energy to protect you completely and totally. He has he can even, like, if you were going to clear a place that was haunted, he can escort the beings onto the other side. I mean, he's my go-to for protection and for also creating bubbles of protection, stuff like that. Um, you know, so his sword is about clearing things away, clearing away illusion, and it's a sword of truth. And he also uses that for healing and, taking away anything that doesn't belong in the space. So when we are being under psychic attack, or someone has purposefully done a spell, a harmful spell towards us, the best you can do is ask Archangel Michael. And when I say the best you can do, that is the very best thing you can do, is ask Archangel Michael for protection at all times from any and all energy that does not support you, your well being, your highest good, however you want to say it, your happiness, your health, however you want to say, protect me from any and all energy that does not support my highest good, my happiness, my health, my well being, and so forth, my abundance, whatever you feel like someone's attacking. So some people will attack your free will. They'll want to control you. Typically, spells are done to try to control another person in some way. But we really should be doing spells just to protect ourselves, because if we're protected from other people's juju, we don't need to control someone else. If we are, fully in our power, we don't need any protection because we are not because we can't be influenced. So the main thing to remember is to ask Archangel Michael to completely protect you, any and all energy that doesn't support your highest good, and so forth. Okay, so there's that. Um, I would always do that, and you could even ask him to infuse like a crystal and hand that to your husband for protection. So you can sit quietly, invite Archangel Michael to infuse the energy, his protection energy, into the crystal, and then hand it to your husband and your son. Um, Now, I think your son is over 13, so when a child hits a certain age, we cannot supersede their will. So we cannot ask for protection for him. But if you ask Archangel Michael to put his protection energy into a certain object, then you can hand it to him and tell him what it is. They have to know, because the free will business and the non-interference thing is a huge big deal. So it won't be effective unless they're participants, unless they participate in, um, wanting the protection. So if you don't want to explain the politics of the situation with your son, you could just say, here's something to protect you on your trip. Indulge your mother, kind of thing. And he'll take it and, move on. Now, your husband probably will be more active. He probably knows there's like a lot of negative energy there, and you could say that'll protect him from the negative energy. So that's how I would do it. I think it's a super fun, Archangel Michael is always available. I want to say that anytime we ask a certain spirit to assist us, whether it's a deity, archangel, avatar, saint, or, ascended master, even if everybody on earth is asking them for help at the same time, they they will still help you because they're outside of space and time. It doesn't affect them. So if everybody's asking Archangel Michael at the same time for help, Archangel Michael can help everybody. So it's up. So, in other words, don't ever feel like when you're working with spirit guides and angels and all and ascended masters and saints and so forth, don't ever feel like you're bothering them, because that's the opposite is true. They are at your service for a reason. They're at your service, excuse me. I get a little, it's very allergic here in New Mexico. Anyway, they're at your service to help humanity, and anybody who asks for help for anything will get it. And the only thing stopping you from getting help from spirit is, your own belief system. Like if you don't really think they can help, or you're trying to get them to prove something or whatever. Spirit wants to help with the little things because it helps build your trust in what they can do for you. So if you ask them to wake you up on time or get you somewhere on time or help you remember to do something or help you, um, you know, anything, help you find a parking space and all that stuff, they will do it because they want you to begin to trust them and for your, not just your belief system. It's one thing to believe in angels and spirit guides, but it's another to experience them. It's another to experience them becoming active in your life and seeing how that changes things. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Tamika. I'm glad that that answered your question. So they can help everybody all at once. Doesn't matter, and they never, do not ever hold back asking for help just because you think it's beneath them. There's nothing beneath them, and you are the rock star. Like to them, you are the rock star. You're the one that they want to help. You're the one that they want to do things for. You don't have to be special. You don't have to have a special spiritual purpose. You don't have to be, gifted anything, a gifted healer, a gifted whatever. You don't have to be psychic, and you don't even have to get any messages from them. You don't have to be attuned to them. All you need to do is ask. There's nothing else. There's no other agenda or requirements. So I know a lot of spiritual people will talk about being, uh, super called. God called them to their profession or whatever. It's not that. You choose your profession. You choose your calling. You choose what works for you. You choose what you want. Spirit does not have an agenda for you. And what we choose to do in the world is either part of our soul plan, like what we wanted to experience before we came into the world, or it's our gift to the world. And typically, our profession is what we choose to share with the world, what part of ourselves we choose to share with the world, whether it's a cleaning lady or a CEO. All those things are just gifts to the world. They're not like preordained by God that you shall do blah, blah, blah. Instead, your soul says, I want to experience blah, blah, blah. And Spirit says, we can help you with that. Go on down into that body and we'll help you experience what you want to experience. And whatever profession you want to give to the world, whatever gifts you have for the world, we'll help you share those too. But I think we need to kind of let go of the idea that a certain profession is our calling, or, or being called by Spirit makes us special. God will talk to anybody, like me. Spirit will talk to anybody who listens. So take off the idea that you have to be spiritual or you have to be special to receive from Spirit, to work with Spirit. You don't. They're here for us. And at this time in humanity's evolution and our conscious evolution, we are opening up more and more and more to the energies between the worlds. And the most powerful world that we connect with is the heavenly world, the heavenly realms where Spirit resides. And they're always there. We're always here. And the connection between the two is always intact. So if there aren't any more questions, then I think we will finish up this live. I want to try to do lives every Friday at this time, if you guys are available, or hopefully more people will be available too. But if you guys are available, please, I will subscribe and everything, and hit the bell so you can get the notification when I go live. And we will talk again next time. Thanks so much, Tamika. I'm so glad. It is such an honor to have you both here, Stephanie and Tamika. And tell your friends, tell everybody. I would love to have a large group, but this is also very, very lovely. And I'm super glad to be here. I'm glad you are here too. Thank you. And we will talk again next week on YouTube. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.